Sizzlen Stampers, and today I'm excited to bring you a super cute class called Pampered Pets. For this class, I want to show you some of the things that come with it and some of the things that unfortunately we don't get to use since we're still doing COVID curbside. So we don't get a stamp. I'm looking forward to, if you guys love these projects, let me know, because maybe after the holidays we can hopefully get back together and stamp, and then maybe I'll do another class, because how cute is this stamp set? It's absolutely adorable. Pampered Pets, it's for everyone who loves dogs and cats. And what we do get to use are some of the really cute papers. So I'm going to show you these paper designs, and I know that you're going to love the projects that we've created. So for the cat people, you've got one version of cats, cat scratch marks or cat fur, I'm not sure which one you want to call it. Another version of cats. Aren't those super cute? Every kind of cat you could imagine almost. You have some dots and fish and hearts, and of course some adorable cat play toys. And then you have some words, little tiny font words that have to do with cats, like purr, meow, snooze, yawn, paw. Now, we wouldn't leave out the dog lovers, so here are the dog pages. Again, some words that have to do with dogs, like wag, scratch, dig, woof, bark. A cute red and white, thin, skinny, kind of like a chalk line mark. The first page of dogs, how cute. Of course, this is very cute and one of my favorites because it's like our little Yorkie Gracie. And then this is the second one, the bigger dogs. Then you have some paw prints and hearts. And again, you have dog things like the dog dish, dog food, collar, and bone. So your kits will have different pieces and elements from these papers for you to design these projects with. So let me set those aside. You're also going to have some of the ribbon and trims that come in this suite. So you have a real red grosgrain ribbon. You're going to get some of that for one of the projects. And you're going to get some of the black and white twine for the other project. And you're also going to get one of these little trinkets. You'll either get a dog bone or a heart. They're just going to be randomly in there. And I don't know if you can see how super cute those little things are, but they're adorable. So with that said, a couple of other housekeeping items. Like I mentioned, unfortunately, we don't get to stamp for this one, but I'm sure you're going to be excited with these projects, even though they don't involve stamping. Secondly, I've put together a special class mid-September for my community partners only. So any of my clients that get these curbside kits, you have the option to register using the link, and I'll put it in the box below as well. There should have been a coupon attached to your kit for a special class I'm doing mid-September called Rainbows and Chalkboards, and it is super cute. I've given 3 different options. So you can come in person, you can do a kit to go with me, or you can come and do your stamping. It's a COVID protocol practice, so you can come and do your stamping outdoor on my patio and then leave and finish your projects at home. So a way for everyone to be able to create on this. But this Rainbow and Chalkboards class is exclusive only to my community partners, and it's something I'm offering to you for free. So make sure you take advantage of that by clicking the link and registering online for that free class. Again, a hint, uses adorably cool rainbow glitter paper. So you're gonna love it. It's adorable. And when you click the link and on your coupon, you get a little bit of a sneak peek of what some of those projects look like that we're gonna create that day. All right, so now let's get going with the Pampered Pets projects for today. So the first one I'm gonna do is a super easy treat bag. So in your kit, and I've already tied mine up just to make it a little quicker, but in your kit, you're going to have one of these cellophane bags. You're going to have some Swedish Fish. I love those because they're individually wrapped, which is especially important right now during COVID. Plus they're red fish. And how perfect is that with the cat paper and the different little cat things? Cats love fish and fish toys. So I thought it was adorable. And then so far all I've done is I've taken the piece of my baker's twine that will be in your kit, and I've merely closed up and tied my treat bag. Additional items in your kit, you're going to have a piece of decorative paper. So you might get, it could be any of the different cat patterns, okay? So this one has this piece here, and this is about 6 inches, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, yes, 6 inches by 1 inch piece of paper. And you're gonna fold that 1/3 of the way over, okay? Does not have to be precise. It doesn't have to be exact. If it's easier for you to fold in half, that'll work. I just did it 1/3, and I'll show you why. We're going to take, now that you have, when you have your twine tied around your bag, you're going to take that fold like so, and you're gonna leave this twine on either side of that strip of DSP. To make it a little bit easier, I'm gonna use my seal. You can use any adhesive that you have on hand. A glue stick will work, as well as white glue. And I'm gonna just seal that. And see how I've still got these strings? That's important, because we're gonna do a little bit of thing with them. Next, you're gonna have a Flirty Flamingo label, and this is the Label Me Lovely punch, but I selected it because I thought it kind of reminded me of something a frisky, finicky cat might have as their collar. So you have that, and you're going to adhere or glue your cat. You will have at least one cat, and you're going to cut it out. It will require you to do the fussy cutting, but they're super easy. No need to worry about it. And then you're going to just stick your cat on there. If you have dimensionals and want to pop your cat up, all the better. You're also going to get a random piece of words or the word strip paper like this, and I'll hold it up there too, that have all the different little words. So for me, what I chose was, in this particular scripting, the word love and meow are right next to each other. And so I love that because I thought it was like love meow, like love me, love from me, love comma me. You might even want to insert a comma. And then you could put to whomever their name up there. And then you're just going to glue. Ooh. And you have to cut your words. And be careful, because like me, they're very tiny. My fingers aren't as agile as they used to be. And I'm just going to have it glue right over there. So I've got this super cute kitten on her Flirty Flamingo collar. And so far, I've put my strip around my bag of cute Swedish Fish treats. And now I'm going to just put some of my adhesive right there on the designer series paper, or what I call DSP all the time. And I'm going to put my little kitten collar right there. And if you want, you can banner cut that. You could cut it in an angle. I'm just going to leave it square on right now. And then remember this extra little twine we had? I'm going to pull it up, and I'm going to go ahead and do a little bow. Or a knot is fine as well. Whatever, whoops, turned my entire paper. My husband will not like that when he goes to edit the video. But you can make a little bow or a knot, and then just trim it. I don't have my scissors over here with me. So you would trim that, I would trim that off to make it even. But there you have a super cute little gifty treat, just for fun to give someone. And we've got school starting back. Some kids are having to homeschool to begin with, or choosing to homeschool. Some kids are doing school virtually from home. You could give it to a pet lover who has a birthday, coworker just for fun. I don't know. I just love it, and I think it's super adorable. So that's the first project. That's the cat lovers project. Now we will go to the dog lovers project. So in your kit, because everyone will get a dog and a cat project, okay? In your kit, you'll have an envelope, a white envelope, and you will either have a soft suede or a basic gray card base. And I'm trying to, when I kitted those up, I've tried to make them kind of coordinate to whichever dog you have, the color, so that it makes sense. So you'll have one of those two cards. I'm going to use the gray one for this demonstration. Again, you're going to have a dog to cut out, I've cut out this one. He reminds me of Tramp from Lady and the Tramp. You're going to have a piece of designer paper, something that has to do with the dogs. You're going to have, again, your red trim, and you're going to have a little trinket. So step one is to put that trinket onto the ribbon, okay? That was probably the most tedious part of this project. I recommend using a piercing tool or a needle if you need help getting that through. I had to because my fingers, like I said, are not quite as agile as they used to be. You're also going to have some of the dog words, which I've trimmed down. Then you're going to have a 1.5 by 2 inch white rectangle. And you're going to have 2 heart punched white hearts from the heart punch. I forgot to show you, well, you probably saw them better, but this is the label punch from the cat project. And this is the heart from our heart duo pack that I used for this. So what we're going to do first of all is create a bone, a doggy bone, because what dog does not love bones? And just so you can see it a little bit better, I'm going to kind of create it. Actually, since that one's folded, we'll create it on top of the soft suede. So all you're doing with whatever glue or adhesive of your choice, you're going to put some adhesive on the bottom 1/3 of the heart punches, okay? The bottom 1/3, so down here at the point. And then you're going to line up your white rectangle as close as you can with the heart on either side, like so. And you'll do the same thing with the other one. Now, I know, and it doesn't have to be perfect because, you know, please, it's a bone, right? So, in fact, I think it's kind of like, I like that this one looks a little wonky on this side, but don't worry if it's not perfect because we are going to fix it. Step one is you've cut your little dog out, okay? Whichever dog you've got, you've cut out, and you're going to put a little bit more adhesive right over that first seam. And that's where you're going to set and glue your little dog. So that seam isn't going to show one bit. The next thing you're going to do to cover the other little seam is that ribbon. Okay, remember that ribbon? That's what you're going to do. We are going to lay that over. I'm going to pick that up actually to do it. And I'll try to make sure I stay in camera here. And don't really, when you're first doing this, don't overly worry about where the trinket is on the ribbon because you can move the trinket around. The first key is to get your ribbon on there and tied in the right location because you want it to be, again, at that seam of your bone, okay? Now, so see, mine looks a little twisty, so I'm just going to play with it until I get it, and I want to have mine come, so now mine looks like it's upside down. There we go. You just have to keep playing with it until you get it to lay how you want, okay? And then if you had a little bit of adhesive that leaked out or is there, I would go ahead and just kind of press my ribbon onto it. And you can, if you have enough ribbon for yourself for tying a bow, you can absolutely tie a bow. I just went with knot. Now I'm not trimming that yet because I want to actually get it on the card and have that done before I see where my ribbon ties are going to lay. Your card is folded in half. This is one of the vertical cuts. So it's cutting at 4 1/4 of the cardstock. You have an 8.5 by 11, so I've cut it at 4 1/4 on the 8.5 side, and then fold that in half. Still gives a standard card size. It just opens and gives a wider open that way. So next, your piece of paper, your designer paper, is cut 2 by 4, I believe. So you're going to just use your adhesive, your glue, whatever you've got, and we're going to center that in on this left edge, right by the fold. Okay, so I've centered that in. And now I'm looking and see where do I want my little bone to go and how much ribbon do I want hanging off of there? And I am so sorry. I'm going to hop up and get a pair of scissors real quick. Got one behind me. I usually always have a pair with me, but for whatever reason I don't today. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and trim that ribbon down a little bit at an angle. Now we can glue the bone on. Again, if you have any of the dimensionals that you've ordered from me before, or you have them from another product line, feel free to use them. And I'm going to put it to where my bone comes right over to the edge, like so. Now, remember I said you're going to have those little word strips. So now it's time for you to create. Would you like to have your words here? Would you like to have them there? I think I'm going to cut mine down a little bit more, and hopefully this will make sense. I'm going to cut, so I can kind of show you a different technique. I'm going to cut my words all apart. So the first thing I'm going to do, in fact, I think I'm going to switch to this mono glue because it has a much finer tip, easier for gluing. So right up here, just because I want the bone to have a little more something on it, and again, if you want, you could hand write there. If you have a stamp, you could write enjoy or happy birthday or hello would be a fun one. I'm going to just glue the little word that says woof. And then just to give a little bit more something or another idea of what you could do with your word strips, I'm just going to put them kind of, luckily I'm using the clear mono. It's easier for me just to put my little dots like that. And I'm going to put my little words at an angle. And the only thing I really paid attention to was I did the 3-letter word first, and then the 4-letter, and then the 5-letter. And I'm just trying to angle them all evenly, okay? The other thing that you could have done with some of your words would be to glue your words onto your envelope. Again, you may have some extra little pieces, so if you end up with any little extra pieces, feel free to glue those onto your envelope as well and create a coordinating envelope. You know, when we stamp, usually you always have a stamped coordinated envelope, or you have a clear Cello envelope. For this one, you're going to have a white envelope, but if you'd like to coordinate it back, you know, you could even cut a little tiny bit off of this paper and add it to the envelope front. But that is your project for the dog lovers, this cute little card. So there are the 2 projects. I hope that you've really enjoyed making those with me today. Feel free to review the video additional times if you need to. Feel free to check out the other videos on my YouTube channel and follow me on my Facebook page. Just search Sizzlen Stamper Shannon Miller. That's S-I-Z-Z-L-E-N. And make sure you click the red bell for notifications when I put up new videos. Again, don't forget to click on that link and grab your free class pass kit for the Rainbows and Chalkboards class mid-September. Thank you guys for stamping with me. I miss being able to stamp with you guys in person. Your personalities and enthusiasm for paper crafting is what makes it so fun for me to teach you guys. So I'll talk to you later. Hopefully we can stamp in person soon.